And Donald Trump took seized on this initiative. Is at something called a Value Voters Summit in Washington today. Rick Santorum, very popular with this group, the former Republican presidential candidate, joining us right now. Senator, welcome.
Thank you, Neil. It's great to have you back. Good to see you.
Thank you, my friend.
God bless you.
What do you make of Donald Trump's sort of turning this around? As you've often reminded me, things can change. But right now, he's got some momentum, or Hillary Clinton is losing it. What is happening?
Well, look, Donald Trump has figured out that if you focus the election and make the election about Hillary Clinton, you win. If the election is about Donald Trump and things that he's saying that sort of off script, he's not going to win. And I think what you've seen over the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's got on script in the sense that he has focused his attention on Hillary Clinton and her weaknesses and why she is not the right person for this country. He's laid out policy prescriptions that are popular in America. It's a populist campaign. It's a campaign that is geared toward winning those states right through the Rust Belt there, Pennsylvania, Ohio. I wouldn't count out Michigan, to be honest with you,
really?
and of course, Wisconsin and Iowa. Yeah, in the end, there's enthusiasm. I was up in Pennsylvania the other day, and there is still a tremendous amount of enthusiasm for Donald Trump. And the Democrats are not. I mean, they're just not enthusiastic for Hillary Clinton.
And you mentioned Pennsylvania, your state. Of course, we're Senator. I mean, Pat Toomey is in a world of hurt right now. Now, that might be changing, and he could narrow that gap. And one of the reasons given for Toomey's problems is association with Donald Trump at the top of the ticket. That might not be fair, that might not be right, but others lower ticket have been worried about that. Do you think Donald Trump has removed that albatross of being a drag for Republicans down ticket?
If Donald Trump keeps doing what he's been doing for the past few weeks, Donald Trump will not be a drag. The wind is at, I believe this, we saw it in the UK, the wind is at the back of populists who are up against the elites who are trying to keep the status quo in place. And Donald Trump is that agent of change. And in many, many states across this country, there is a strong majority who will support someone like that if they feel comfortable with him and they trust him. And that's why these next few weeks are very important to Trump. He has to keep that level of presidential air, that he's focused on the issues, that he's not going to play petty personal politics. He's going to talk about things that matter to people back home. And when he does that, he wins. You
know, later on I'm going to be talking to Bernie Marcus, the Home Depot co-founder, about this phenomenon about Republicans who just cannot get to voting or show much of any enthusiasm for Donald Trump. Says that it's a bad idea that you'd be all but electing Hillary Clinton. Do you feel the same way?
Absolutely. And if you look at most of the folks who are not enthusiastic about Donald Trump, it's not really surprising. It's sort of the elites. It's the elites in the business world. It's the elites even in the intellectual world of the Republican Party, the conservative movement. They're the ones who are the ones with the PhDs at the end of their name. They're having trouble with him because he is anti-elite. He is a populist candidate. And I'm going to talk about this at Value Voters today. He is the agent of change that I think value voters are looking for, because the elites are the ones who got us in the problems in this culture. And while Trump is certainly not a cultural warrior by any stretch of the imagination, he has identified the problem in this country. And it is the elites in this country who don't care about working men and women, who don't care about the culture and the effect on lower income people in particular. And Trump is out to change that.
Senator, great seeing you again. My best to your family.
Pleasure. Thank you, and best to you.
All right, Rick Santorum.